GMGP, good morning, good people. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all decided to wake up with us. You're sick. You're sick in the head. There's a lot of fantasy football shows out there, but I promise y'all, they not like us. Brock Bowers, you looked a little quicker than fast. What does that even mean? Redraft, dynasty, best ball, high stakes, we got you covered. And that's MVS and Justin Watson with some of the dopest tools designed to help you cancel out the noise and dominate your leagues. If there's a white wide receiver named Antoine, sign me up. Maybe it's cultural. I don't know. In season or off season, rain, sleet, hail, and snow, comma, semicolon, period, next sentence, to bring you the most actionable and entertaining content on YouTube. You don't go buy the dip on the Titanic.
Quarterback that you love, D-Bro. One of the best values in fantasy football.
Prop bets with my man JRich.
Is that yes! Let's go!
So wipe the crust out of your eye, get you a cup of coffee. It's time to wake y'all asses up with Ray
and Jay
in the morning.
My God.
How good is he? How good is he? Let's get it, baby. GMGP. It is Wednesday, December 31st, 2025. JRich, the last day of 2025. And here we are streaming, talking about it. The fantasy football season is over. The NFL season is coming to a wrap this weekend, and y'all have decided to pull up to wake up with Ray and Jay every Monday, every Wednesday, and just about every single Friday right here on the channel where we talk all things football, NFL, college football, fantasy football. We appreciate each and every eye, each and every ear that joins us live bright and early in the morning. JRich, the crowd is struggling today. Hey, the crowd is struggling today. The fantasy season ends and people are like, damn it, I'm done. I'm tapped out. JRich, but we appreciate those of y'all who are here. I see Adam in the building. What's up, Dom? Sacramento Kingpin rolling with Johnny. We got Jimbo in the building, Alex in the building, Cold World TDE, Patrick Price in the building. What's going down, good people? Jay, we got some news, man. We're gonna run it all throughout the show because this show, JRich, you and I have done this show for. Well, where you at? Where the hell is JRich at? Let's get Jay. Jay, how you doing first before we get to the news? How you doing today, baby?
I have had better days. My voice is struggling, a little bit sick, but happy to be here. Didn't want to miss wishing everybody a very happy new year. But I'm good, man. I'm good. Yeah. But you said we have a bit of an announcement, so let's get to it.
A little bit of an announcement. So hit the music, JRich, for the 50 people that are here right now and dozens more that will listen here in the coming hours and over the next couple of days. Jay, this is our last show for 2025. This is it. No more. It's last day, last show. And this is likely the last show on this channel. We will still continue Wake Up here in the 2026 calendar year, but with the NFL season coming to a wrap and then us doing some different things with content, we are going to probably switch up the days to Tuesday and Thursday, bright and early, same time, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the morning. But we have done this show together, man. It's been a while, Jay. Remember the old Bets TV days where we were going 5 days a week at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It was very early in the morning. We kind of switched the show and got control of the rights to it, and we've been doing it here on the channel for quite some time, but it's time to move on, man. We have grown, and there are a lot of opportunities flowing our way, so in 2026, Wake Up with Ray and Jay will be on its own channel, and that will be the only place you catch JRich and I live in the morning. So you need to go to YouTube, go to @WakeUpGMGP and subscribe to our new home for the live stream morning show. We'll be here all 2026 and beyond. So it will be moving from this channel, which will be solely focused on college football and NFL draft content and how that relates to you for your fantasy leagues, if you're in those, or if you're just a fan of the game. That will be exclusively on this channel. Wake Up with Ray and Jay will be on its own own channel on YouTube. JRich has already put the link in the description. He may have thrown it in the chat. So if you can, go over there and just subscribe to that now, because when we come back, what is it, January 5th? Is that when, January 5th?
Monday.
J5. When we come back on Monday, it ain't going to be here. It'll be the same thumbnail. We'll do the same type of show, but it's going to be on its own home. And then I think next week we'll go Monday, Wednesday, Friday to finish out week 18, and then following that up, that's when we'll flip the show to Tuesdays and Thursdays, and in the off season we go twice a week unless there's something huge going on. We'll continue to do streams and such. So just want to thank everybody this year for rocking with us, supporting us. joining us live each and every day. We come on here. It's a long grind, JRich. A lot of people don't do what we do throughout the season and then continuing through the off season. So if you like the content that we put out, we're going to do a lot of cool stuff in the spring. You know, talking through some teams, how to fix some of these teams, how to fix some of these rosters, talking about the game, all types of different things from a football standpoint. So go over to Wake Up GMGP, at Wake Up GMGP on YouTube. Subscribe to our new channel. That will be the home. Jay, anything you got to say about that?
No, just thank you to everybody for the support. You know, we get hundreds of people watching every show live. We get thousands watching every day. It's something that we built over multiple years. You know, you said, is it 4 years? I think it might be even 5 years now. We've been doing the show, which is just crazy. You know, we just did it because we both love talking ball and having fun, and it's grown, and people have grown to love the show. And we just want to bring you all the content for Wake Up in one place, right?
Yeah.
You know, you have your stuff that you do, and I think this is a great separation of what we do and what you do, and it gives the people what they want. If they want the college, the NFL analysis from you, they can do that, but all the clips, all the shorts from Wake Up, all the stuff people love about the show will all be in one place.
In one place, easy to find. Now, don't unsubscribe from this channel now. Don't do that now. Just
don't do that.
We want to make sure that the morning Wake Up, fun, entertaining, actionable content that we put out, it is in one place, and you guys get that there. So thank y'all. I see people, the subscriber number 16, we are well on our way, JRich. We'll continue to say that throughout the show. But while you're here, make sure you do check out the content that we dropped on the channel yesterday. This was a good mock, JRich. The people were going here in this one. That
I was going to say, I hope you're not tooting your own horn here.
That Jeremiah Love to Washington got the Commanders crowd fired up. So make sure you check out 2026 mock draft. I did this one prior to the Monday night game, and so throughout the video, I'm talking about the Rams pick and how high it was going to be, and then they went out there and got foot put in them by the Atlanta Falcons, which we'll talk about here shortly. But yeah, continue to stay locked in. It is going to be a fun draft cycle. We're already getting started on the prospect profile breakdowns. We'll have mock drafts. We'll have guests. Yep. I'm guesting on I'm going to be on this other mock draft channel here in the next couple of weeks, Jay. So I'll let the people know here on our new home here in 2026. So we appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with us. But Jay, I know you're struggling today, so I'm gonna carry you, baby. I got you on my shoulders. We're gonna go back to Monday night, okay? Because we do have to talk about the Rams and the Falcons. JRich, man, we didn't see this one coming. We did not see this one coming, even though I think I did ask, is there a chance that Atlanta could make things like problematic for the Rams? We both were like, nah, no way. Rams are going to get it done. Nah, JRich, they did not get it done. They tried to drive back down the field and get it done at the end, but ultimately the Falcons upset the Rams, and the final score of that game, JRich, 24-27. Matthew Stafford launching picks left and right in the game. I don't know what was going on with old Stafford in this one. Let's pull it up right here. Stafford, 3 interceptions, sacked 3 times. He did get you 2 touchdown passes. The running game for the Rams, Kyren Williams, 92 yards after Blake Corum got banged up in that one. No touchdowns for Kyren Williams. The touchdowns went to Puka Nacua, Terrence Ferguson. Puka could have had a much bigger day, had a couple of things called back on him. Xavier Smith led the way with 67 receiving yards. But the story, Jay, was the other side of the ball, and Bijan Robinson, damn near 200 yards on the ground with a 93-yard touchdown run. They couldn't get anything going through the passing game, but Bijan Robinson scored a receiving touchdown. So if you went up against him, good luck. I hope you were able to withstand, pull through, because he was on another level. And I think he is, I think it's like 250 yards short of Chris Johnson's single season scrimmage yards record.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's a lot, right? It's probably...
Well, JSN's also like 255 short of Calvin Johnson's record.
Johnson's record, yeah. So those are some hard records that I think some of these teams, some of these players may not reach. But ultimately, you know, Atlanta got it done. 7-9. The Rams have lost their chance and opportunity at the number 1 overall seed, so they'll be playing early in the playoffs. The last month or so, they haven't really been playing their best ball, JRich, the last month. For a team that we said is the best in the NFL, this was a team that's going to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. What were your thoughts on this game, the loss, and what it means for the Rams going into playoffs?
Oh, man, I was fired up. Right before the game, I actually was talking to my mom, and I was like, "Oh, mom, like, did you know that Drake May is going to win the MVP?" And she was like, "Oh no, he's got no shot of winning the MVP. Matthew Stafford's going to win. Everyone's saying Matthew Stafford's going to win." And I'm like, "Okay, let's see how this game goes." Right? First time launches the pick to Jesse Bates. Then Xavier Watts gets involved.
Your boy.
Every time he gets a pick, I send my mom just Drake May's headshot. That's it. I just texted to her. Oh man, then Bijan Robinson goes crazy. It was so fun to watch because every time Stafford messed up, I just knew Drake May closer to MVP. Drake May closer to MVP. But the biggest thing with the Rams is 5-4 on the road, Ray. Yeah. Now they're guaranteed to go on the road in the playoffs. They'll have to win 3 road playoff games, more likely than not. What chance do you give them to represent the NFC?
I still think they have a good chance, right? When you look at, here's the thing. Seattle very likely may be the number 1 overall seed. And you know how much faith I have in Sam Darnold in crunch time? It's 0. It's actually quite, it's impressive that they're in position to be the number 1 overall seed in the NFC, especially how Sam Darnold has played of late. We're talking about Matthew Stafford in his last 4 or 5 games. Sam Darnold's been pretty bad for a while. So when you look at them, I'll be honest with you, man. The team that feels like the team to beat in the NFC right now feels like San Francisco.
It's just that defense is concerning, but otherwise they seem like the best team.
They've got the best running back in football in Christian McCaffrey, the way that Brock Purdy is playing right now. That they did that versus Chicago, and what a lot of people continue to forget, Jay, they played that whole game without all-pro left tackle Trent Williams.
Spotted them 7 points.
It feels like the Niners are peaking at the right time, whereas the Rams, isn't it ironic that things kind of go off the rails when Adams isn't out there and you don't have more options to get the ball to? Blake Corum banged up. I still give them a good chance. I still give them a good chance to represent the NFC, but the margins
they're gonna have to go to Philly
better.
though.
Yeah, they're gonna have to go to Philly and deal with that, right?
Lost there last year, lost heartbreaking loss this year, right? It's gonna be tough.
That's what I'm saying, man. And I see Sacramento Kingpin said they could have easily tied the game that last drive, but I think that's the point, right? Like to be in that position versus that team, even on the road, like you need to go out there and get it done. Put foot in ass, put belt to ass, and get out of there. Go secure. Stafford was awful. Did he lose the MVP in this game? Is the MVP, is that it's over? Yeah.
I mean, unless something changes, the odds makers all have Drake May as the MVP, right? It was close going in. May got some ground on him because of the game he had against the Jets. And now Stafford had another bad game. 2 road losses in the span of 3 weeks. And Drake May is 8-0 on the road.
Yeah.
So, I understand people look at the touchdown for Stafford, but, at the same time, you look at what Henderson's done. You look at what Ramondre's done. The running back scored a touchdown for the Patriots too. And so, I don't know, man. I think he might have lost it in this one.
Yeah, I think Drake May is definitely probably in pole position right now. And, again, just curious to see if they play. I know we talked about it on Bleacher Report that they still have a chance at the number 1 seed. The Broncos play the Chargers. The Chargers are resting players. It looks like the Broncos should walk away with the victory in that one, but you never know. It could be a Trey Lance legacy game that upsets the Denver Broncos.
Every time we say the Broncos should win easily, they never do. Right? Should have beat the Chiefs easily. Should have beat the Jets easily. Should have beat the Raiders easily. And all those games were 1-score close games.
Well, let's talk about your Patriots, JRich, because they too were in the news yesterday because your star receiver, Stefon Diggs, some news broke. Not a good day for the Diggs brothers, Stefon or Trayvon Diggs. Some news broke. Stefon Diggs faces strangulation assault charges. Star wide receiver Stefon Diggs facing a felony charge of strangulation and a misdemeanor charge of an assault from an alleged incident on December 2nd. JRich, the hearing took place yesterday morning. According to police report, a woman went to the police on the 16th, shared that she was working as a private chef on the date of the incident in question when Diggs entered her unlocked bedroom and allegedly smacked her across the face. They had discussed money owed to her. According to police, she attempted to push Diggs away. He tried to choke her with his elbow around her neck, later threw her on the bed and said lies when she said she had not been paid. A lot of stuff going on. You could read the full report on your own. It's all over the internet. It's all over the place. So,
everywhere, yeah.
It's everywhere. Very serious allegations, right? This is Stefon Diggs categorically denies the allegations, says they're unsubstantiated, uncorroborated. Said they were never investigated because they did not occur, his representation. So we're not going to get into the legalese of this. And we're also not going to condemn and pass judgment on a player today. We've done that before, and then a few days later, stuff comes out that it wasn't the way that it was initially reported. But initial thoughts for a team pushing for the number 1 overall seed, him coming off of one of his better games of the season, his rapport with Drake May, that is the leading receiver. It seems to be the trusted guy for Drake May. How impactful is this for your New England Patriots? And do you ultimately think anything happens to him this season or this playoff run?
This playoff run, I feel unlikely.
Okay.
Right? Unless something really bad comes out where it's a video or, something that you just can't say, well, let's wait to see what all the evidence is. But if he were to miss time, it would impact the team greatly. Like, I love Matt Collins. I love Kyle Williams. I love all the players on the team. The tight ends are great as well. The running backs are good. But Stefon Diggs is our best player. He's our best receiving option. When Drake May needs to play, he goes Stefon Diggs. And in the playoffs, we're going to need Stefon Diggs. So if he missed any time, it's a huge blow to the team. It's always been a team-first approach with this Patriots team, but Stefon Diggs is still the linchpin of this team, especially when money time comes around. And so it would be a big loss for this team, but hopefully that doesn't happen.
Well, and I'll just say this. I think it would be a huge loss for New England, but, I asked Matt Harmon yesterday, is Drake May truck or trailer? Is May
really
truck or trailer already here in year 2? He leans to the side that he's truck. So if you feel he's truck, then if Diggs does miss time, which I don't think he will right now, I don't think he will. Let's see how things escalate over the next couple of days. But my expectation for New England wouldn't change. It would still be to go out there and deliver. Matt Collins, Kayshon Boutte, Kyle Williams, Hunter Henry, Austin Hooper, Travion Henderson, Ramondre Stevenson, and more importantly, the driver of the truck, Drake May. I would still expect them to get it done. I'm not saying it would be an easier task. It would be a much more difficult task without Stefon Diggs. But I did want to bring up the report in the news that surfaced yesterday about
it
Stefon
apparently
Diggs.
occurred on December 4th, right? Was the incident in question?
I thought it was December 2nd, December 1st.
Or something early
I thought
December.
it was
Early
December.
When the incident happened.
Yeah, early December.
And now it's coming to light.
Yep, now it's coming to light. So we'll see how that plays out. And then his brother, Trayvon Diggs, former cornerback of the Dallas Cowboys, released by Dallas yesterday. It has been a tumultuous couple of years for Diggs in Dallas. Ever since signing his contract in 2022, 2023 season, abbreviated, shortened. He wasn't very good. 2024, also abbreviated, not very good, injured, over the course of those 2 seasons. Comes back and he plays a little bit this season. Not very good. Dallas says we're done. Commitment issues. They paid him a whole bunch of money to play cornerback. And from the time he got paid until now, JRich,
he's been awful.
He's not been good.
He's been awful.
Cowboys are done with him. They're not going to the playoffs. If he clears waivers, which I don't know when the timeline of that is, if he clears waivers, he will become a free agent, free and clear to sign with whomever team wants him. He's due I think $400,000 or $500,000 over the this next week. But they would have Trayvon Diggs for their team for the playoffs. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but Diggs no longer a part of the Dallas Cowboys team, which just leads me to what Dallas needs to do next year. They got to go defense, man. They need a lot of help defensively. Linebacking core, secondary, probably some offensive line in Dallas. Not a running back in round 1. Stop mocking Jeremiah Love to Dallas. They're not doing it. So many other issues for this team. But Diggs, free agent, would you want your squad to take a shot on him, and does he get signed by somebody for the playoff run?
I think someone will sign him. The question is how much does he play for a team, right? Because would you say that cornerback, I guess it's more particularly in a man scheme, can be a pretty plug and play? You don't need to know a ton. But communication is big in the secondary, right? I don't know if that would really work. Unless
I don't know if you want him out there playing
man
coverage right now. I don't know if that's what you want.
And so I think that's the problem, is that if you're running zone, the communication is huge. The chemistry in the secondary is big. And can he really step into a role, or is there a team that could utilize him effectively? People are saying, I think it's the Packers.
Yeah.
And who's the other team? I think it's another NFC team.
Yeah, I heard Green Bay. Green Bay would probably try to go after.
I could see that because they still kind of need corner depth.
They need corner depth.
Right? But outside of that, like, I don't know if there's too many fits for him in the NFL, unless for some reason he just went to the Rams as like a depth piece but didn't actually play. I just don't see it making sense for him. He hasn't played well anyway, so why would you take it on?
He's a body. He's a body in the secondary. So we'll see. Adam says send him post waivers to Philadelphia. Cowboys still paying him. Kev said move Diggs to free safety. I too believe he has the ball skills. He cannot tackle.
You think it work?
Like, no, I don't. The corners who have succeeded at the safety position, I know a lot of people point to Charles Woodson and his late career change. Go look at how many forced fumbles he caused. He was not afraid to go tackle. You know, you put Diggs at safety, I think he's another liability. He's got wandering eyes. He cannot tackle. Often injured. I don't think it would work. I don't think he's built that way. He's got the size, but I don't think his mental makeup or his physicality will let him allow him to do that unless you're putting him at a spot where all you do is roam. And I don't think he's good enough to do that. So he's got to play cornerback, right? I don't think. No, he can't blitz well. He can't tackle. He's got no interest in tackling. The answer is no. He just wants to guess and bait and pick off passes, right? But physicality, interest in tackling, zero. Sacramento Kings said can't tackle. He fit right in with the Ravens secondary. So that's another interesting story. Baltimore, Jay. This was not on our show sheet, but I want to bring it up because I don't know if you saw, like I saw yesterday, Monday, Lamar Jackson still, his status for this Sunday's game, still up in the air.
Supposed to practice today, though. Schefter tweeted that out this morning.
I don't give a damn. Until Sunday night, you know how many times Lamar's practiced and then been inactive on a Saturday? Yeah. Practice all week, doesn't play. I need to see him on the field. But there's a lot of conversation about Lamar Jackson's final days in Baltimore. If he doesn't play, will we have seen the last of Lamar in Baltimore? What happens with John Harbaugh? What do they do? What do the Ravens do with Lamar Jackson moving forward? You know, I'm reading this and I'm thinking, really, we're already there. We're at this point. But do you think, and you don't have to elaborate long on this, Jay, do you think that is really in the cards for Baltimore to move on from Lamar Jackson?
I mean, I do believe that there's a power struggle potentially, right? Which was what reported. There's apparently a power struggle between Harbaugh and Lamar. I could see that. But like Ray, you go back to the whole contract situation. It didn't seem like they really wanted to pay him.
They did not.
They didn't go out and just pay him as soon as they could. They waited and they waited and they waited and they waited. So you look at Lamar and you say, what's his biggest problem? He's so often unavailable late in the season. And it's been multiple years since this happened. And it's another year of a season loss because he's injured. It's really not that much different than Joe Burrow. And so if they believe they're better off without him, maybe they do. But the question is how do you move that contract?
I don't think that would be a problem.
People will want him.
You say,
but like, what do you want in return, though?
I think there would be more than enough teams lined up to say, we'll take it, right? Yeah. What do you need? We'll take it. Can you imagine Lamar?
I mean, the Vikings are one. Miami's thrown out there because he's from, South Florida. And obviously they're going to get her the Tua deal. But like, you don't see quarterbacks of this caliber get traded, especially with these contracts. He has a max contract basically in the NFL, and he's going to get traded. I don't know, man. It just seems like I get there's probably some smoke to the power struggle, but I don't think they actually move him. In the same way people talked about Burrow getting traded. Like, Burrow's not getting traded. But I think it is different between Burrow's situation in Cincinnati and Lamar's situation in Baltimore.
I'm reading the chats. A lot of right here. I can't see it happening. Lamar in Minnesota. Lamar's contract is not a problem. Lamar's value has tanked. That's the problem. Agree with Ray here. The Raiders would give number 1 overall in a heartbeat. Any team in the NFL would. I don't think there would be any issue of suitors lining up for Lamar Jackson. I agree with you.
You'd have to trade like what 4 first, probably.
I think teams. You know who I'd rather trade 3-4 first for? I'd rather trade those for Lamar Jackson opposed to Trey Lance, right?
For sure.
Opposed to moving up to take a shot on Fernando Mendoza. I'd rather have Lamar Jackson. Yeah. I don't think that it would be a problem at all for a team to convince ownership that immediately Raiders, Dolphins, Jets, Vikings, like the fan base goes crazy. Nobody is sad or mad that you traded for Lamar Jackson. I don't know. It just feels like this Baltimore window has closed. Defensively, they're not the same team. Those defensive pieces.
Once they lost Mike McDonald, right?
Yeah, Mike McDonald. Those defensive pieces between Humphrey and Roquan Smith, they're getting older. Lamar, as you said, I mean, towards the end of the season, he had no interest in running because he was banged up. That's what happens when you get running quarterbacks, right? They're going to get banged up. Hell, the quarterback position, period, going to get banged up. They've got some issues up front. Left guard, Daniel Falele, not good.
Ooh,
Tyler Linderbaum. Tyler Linderbaum is probably going to have a new home
He's doing
next year
too, isn't he?
Well, he's on the free. I think he's a free agent, JRich. So he's going to be one of the hotter names on the free agent market. You said the Colts. What do they have?
Well, someone threw the Colts out there.
They ain't got no damn. They're like an NBA team. They have no picks until like they're like the what team is it? Is it the Thunder? They don't have picks till like 2033.
No, it's the Clippers. It's the Clippers who traded all their picks to the Thunder when they traded
the
for
Lakers.
Paul George.
The Mavericks don't have any either. The Dallas, and we keep saying they would never happen, man. I've been alive long enough in sports. I never would have thought Dallas would have traded Luka Doncic. You know what I mean? I never would have thought that Deshaun Watson
NFL,
coming off of a massage scandal would get
pretty crazy,
max money. Yeah. I never would have thought some of those things would have taken place.
And
I never would have thought Phillip Rivers
plus an extension too.
If we would have come on this show at the beginning of the season and said, you know who's going to be there for you in Week 17 for your Colts? Phillip Rivers. People would have unsubscribed. They would have said these guys are absolutely out of their damn mind. So I'm not going to say it's outside the realm of possibility. I think it's very possible because of what you just said. They didn't want to pay Lamar in the first place.
Yeah.
They didn't. They didn't want to give him money in the first place. They did not want to give him a deal. It was a big ordeal of what to pay Lamar Jackson. What is he owed? He wants max money. Herbert was getting it. Tua was getting it. Lawrence was getting it.
Allen also got it. He was the one that got the extension. He got the re-up this year. Or maybe I think it was this year where they gave him the $300 million deal.
It's just interesting that, and here's the thing. You know who's coming up with this shit? It ain't it's the Ravens. It's Ravens people saying this, right? It's people
and I think it was
in
reported
Baltimore.
by the Baltimore Sun too, right?
Oh, man. Where there's smoke, I'm not saying there's fire.
Are you buying it, though?
Am I buying what? That he's going to go?
That Lamar probably wants out.
I don't even think, JRich, I know that there are like NFL players that think about this shit the same way we do with our jobs. Like, I'm tired of working here. Like, I'm tired of working here.
I just need
a change of scenery. I know that unequivocally. Like, there's no... I'm just telling you what you what I know from who I know and what I know. There's no goddamn loyalty, right? This isn't these aren't their children, they're not their parents. It's a place of employment, right? Did you listen to Brian Flores talk at the podium? And then I saw people on social media saying, why didn't he show this wavering commitment to Minnesota? Why would you? And he said it. It's a business. It's a job.
Yeah.
Do I think Lamar wants to leave Baltimore and do all of this? Maybe not. But I also know for a fact that sometimes they're like, I'm ready to get up out of here. I want to go somewhere else. I'm tired of being here. Let me go work somewhere else.
It has nothing to do with the fans or even your
nothing
teammates
to do
sometimes.
With that. Like, that's fan
just not
talk.
working out.
And that is the difference between the comprehension from a fan perspective and then when you really look at the game for what it is, it's a business. It's a place of employment. It's a job. So to sit here and be like, Lamar never wants to leave. He wants to end his career in Baltimore. Fucking Michael Jordan didn't end his career in Chicago. Peyton Manning didn't end his career in Indianapolis. Tom Brady didn't end his career in New England. So yes, players can move teams. I don't think it is outside the realm of possibility and teams do some dumb stuff all the time, Jay. So do I think it's possible? Absolutely. Do I think it's probable? Maybe not. Maybe not probable, but not impossible.
For sure.
Yeah. Interesting stuff, though. Interesting stuff, Jay. All right, let's take a quick break. I know you need to put a lozenge in there, get that throat better. So please hit the thumbs up button, like, and subscribe to the channel. And we'll be right back after this short break. What's going down, y'all? Appreciate y'all pulling up. This is Wake Up with Ray and Jay right here on the channel every Monday, every Wednesday, and every single Friday. No more. No more. In 2026, we will be on our own channel. So you need to go on YouTube at Wake Up GMGP. So the new channel, the new home of this show will be Wake Up with Ray and Jay. And starting in 2026 for the off season, we're going to transition the show to Tuesdays and Thursdays. So no Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It will be Tuesdays and Thursdays on its own home. We want to put all the morning show content in one place. The live streams, the clips from the videos, the shorts, anything that we do that goes around and centers around this thing that we've been done for the last 4 or 5 years, Wake Up will now be featured on its own channel. So check out the link in the description. Click that. It'll help you subscribe right to that. We will continue to talk about this, but when we come back for the 2026 first episode, January 5th, it will not be on this channel, Ray GQ. The only thing that will live here, NFL draft, rookie content, college football content, Wake Up with Ray and Jay, moving to its own home. It's been a long time coming, so make sure you go subscribe to the channel. You don't have to change anything. Podcast feed is the same for you. This live show will just be on its own channel at Wake Up GMGP. JRich, did I miss anything? Miss anything?
No, you
got that?
bro.
All that? All right.
It.
Let's talk a little college football because we do have a game on tonight. As the NFL season comes to a close, the college football season, JRich, starts to heat up. And we've got the college football playoffs here this weekend. Excited for the game tonight. We've got games tomorrow. Like it's going down. It's going down over the next couple of games. We've got Miami versus Ohio State tonight, JRich. So we get to see Jeremiah Love. We get to see Julian Sand, Carson Beck, Malachi
Did you
Tony.
say Jeremiah Love?
I mean, Jeremiah Smith. My goodness. I'm thinking about my boy Love. Jeremiah Smith, Carnell Tate, Lamar Jackson. Got a big game today. Ruben Bain, Akeem Mesidor on the defensive side for Miami. There's NFL prospects all over the field in this matchup. The Ohio State Buckeyes, I think they're the betting favorite to win the college football playoff and go back-to-back here in 2025. So. They are favored by 9.5 points in this matchup, and this is not a home game for Ohio State. This is not a home game. This is the Cotton Bowl Classic. You know where they'll be playing at, JRich?
Dallas. They're playing at Texas Stadium.
Baby, right down the road from OGQ.
I've been there.
I'm waiting for Bleacher Report to give me that call to come cover this game again with old Golick. But Ohio State, Miami, the first of the big four college football playoff matchups. Jay, after this one, we get on the following day, we get 3 games. Oregon, Texas Tech, that's the game I'm most interested in seeing. We get Alabama versus Indiana and Heisman Trophy winning quarterback Fernando Mendoza. And the night game on New Year's Day, man. 3 great games. Ole Miss trying to get it done without Lane Kiffin, Trinidad Chambliss goes up against Kirby Smart and Gunnar Stockton and the Georgia Bulldogs. Let's talk Miami, Ohio State real quick, Jay. What are you most excited to see? You think Ohio State gets it done, right? You think Ohio State's going to win this game. You said dog walk Miami. You don't think Miami's got a chance in this one, right?
Not really. Not unless that defense plays at an extremely high level, right? Like you talked about the prospects defensively. We know the defensive line is very good. We saw what they did against Texas A&M. They're going to have to win an ugly game. And if Julian Sayin can weather the storm, then yeah, Ohio State should win this game. But the other side of it too is like, what is Carson Beck going to do? Not that I believe in Carson Beck as an NFL prospect, but maybe he can show something against this Ohio State team to maybe push up and elevate his draft stock going into the draft. But yeah, I think Ohio State's going to win this game pretty easily.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting match. Somebody said Bo Jackson is on Ohio State. Yeah, that's him right now. Lamar Bo Jackson, very good running back as well. For me, man, it's really, I'm very interested in the defensive line of Miami versus the O-line of Ohio State. If Akeem Mesidor and Ruben Bain, Moton in the middle, if they can generate pressure, I think it will make things a little difficult for Julian Sayin. I'm not always sold on Julian Sayin yet,
Oh,
Jay.
really?
I'm not,
Okay. Most accurate quarterback in college, right? They say and everything.
So was Troy Smith. So was
Bo Nix was.
So I'm going through Ohio State. So was Cardale Jones, Dwayne Haskins. I get it. Rest in peace. JT Barrett. I'm not
No
sold.
love to CJ Stroud and Justin Fields though.
Well, CJ Stroud good. Fields is
It
Fields.
is funny that Stroud is kind of like he's the number one guy from Ohio State in recent memory. Like there really isn't anyone that's even close to Stroud.
No.
And I never thought I'd say that about Stroud
No.
when he first kind of came on the scene.
Craig
But
Krenzel,
hyper-accurate,
maybe
though.
back in the day. But it's the receivers, right? It's Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate. Brandon Ennis
For
is
us,
out there as well.
Carnell Tate, right.
Yeah, Carnell Tate. Watching them play, how good they are versus this Miami defense. Miami's defense is good. They've got a really good defense, especially up front, secondary players. I'm excited for the game. We get football on tonight. I also think that Ohio State gets it done in this matchup, but let's pay attention because they're probably going to be multiple first rounders from this game. You know, at least this year. You've got Bain and Tate that are going to go round
Tate's
one.
supposed to be, yeah.
McDonald on the defensive line for Ohio State. He's another round one candidate, interior defensive tackle. You've got Arvell Reese, who's a projected top 5 pick, outside linebacker, edge rusher. Sonny Styles, another player, very high on my board, a top 10 player overall.
And then Caleb Jones,
6'5", 245-pound linebacker with athleticism out of this world. You've got Caleb Downs on the back end. You've got Kenyatta Jackson off the edge. Yes, NFL talent littered all over the place. So if you're a fan of the game, Sonny Styles is great. Arvell Reese is incredible. We know about the pass catchers. Bo Jackson, the other side of the ball, Mark Fletcher, Malachi Toney, a lot of playmakers from Miami. Excited for this matchup. Excited for college football this weekend. But the big one, as we talked about, for me, Jay, Oregon versus Texas Tech. Dante Moore versus this defense of Texas Tech. They've got 2 bookend edge rushers between David Bailey and Romello Height. Both of those players projected to be very high NFL draft picks. You got Jacob Rodriguez on the defensive side of the ball. Offensively, can the quarterback, Baron Morton, play mistake-free football? That's what it's going to come down to. And what does Dante Moore do when pressure is invited? He has not been particularly good when facing pressure, which I was talking to DP, my boy Damian Parson, about this the other day. Makes me a little concerned about him in Las Vegas or Cleveland because under pressure, he's kind of rocky, right? He's a young player under pressure, not very good. This is going to be the test. If he clears Texas Tech, I think he is absolutely on the trajectory of being a top 5 pick. If he struggles in this one, we saw it. Remember this at this point in time last year, you know who's projected to be one of the top QBs in the draft? At this point in time last year?
I don't even know where
Drew
you're going.
Allen.
Unless you're going Drew Allen. Yeah.
It was, people were like, oh man, if he plays against Oregon well, if he does, Drew Allen could be the number 1 pick. It didn't work out well. He came back to school. This is the litmus test, in my opinion, for Dante Moore. If he gets through this one, it's going to be Alabama or Indiana. And then after that, national championship. This is the game I'm most interested in watching this weekend.
Yeah, because the biggest question for a lot of people is, will Dante Moore declare? Will it be more than simply Fernando Mendoza in the draft for the quarterback position? And it's going to all depend on how this run goes for Oregon, because if Dante Moore takes them all the way to the championship, he's probably going to declare. But if they lose Texas Tech, he's definitely going back to school.
We'll see. DP's in the chat now, and he's saying it right now. Sayin is a product of his environment. You know what I mean?
We always say that about Ohio State quarterbacks, though.
No,
sometimes
I'm not.
It's true.
I'm not just saying it because it's an Ohio State quarterback. I'm saying it because I'm watching him play, and I'm just like, this is the epitome of a trailer. Like, he is the definition of a trailer, a very expensive trailer, but there's no way. I don't believe Julian Sand is a truck at all.
And he's got next year, right?
I'm not burying him right now. I'm just right now. No, people are saying he's the number one pick. Oh, he should be the projected number one pick next year. And I'm like, I'm not.
Do you think he should be the number one quarterback going next season?
No, I don't. Okay. No. Physical tools, I don't think so. I would.
Yeah, because the physical tools aren't really there for him.
I think they're fine. I don't think they're great. I still think Arch Manning, despite his up and down this year, I would project him to be a better NFL prospect. You still have Lenore Sellers. Look at all the other guys coming back. Yeah, DP said it. He's small. His arm is mediocre. Doesn't elevate anything. I think he's the epitome of a trailer playing with Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate. But good for Julian Sand to have his team in this position and get a nod to go represent his squad for the Heisman Trophy, Jay. NFL-wise, this weekend, some big games. We've kind of already talked about Carolina and Tampa Bay, JRich, and what that game means for the NFC South. And with the Falcons winning over the Rams, even if the Buccaneers beat the Carolina Panthers this weekend, there's a chance that Carolina still gets in to the playoff, Jay. We've continued to talk about Bryce Young and what happens with him. We got a lot of time to discuss what happens with Bryce Young and what Carolina ultimately does with that contract. We also have Seattle, San Francisco. Those two games are on Saturday, I believe, right?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, I think both of those games are on Saturday. Yep. Good for the NFL. Good for the NFL scheduling those on Saturday. Very excited for those two games. We should have a good weekend of football starting today, rolling into Thursday, New Year's Day game, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday, of course, rounding out the NFL season. But, Jay, what I wanted to do right now, and I don't have any graphics, let's just have a little fun. The last few minutes of the show here, let's self-deprecate a little bit. Let's talk about ourselves just a little bit, Jay. And I don't have any graphics. I might try to pull some stuff. Maybe I got some stuff in the show hopper. Season is over. We had a lot of takes this year, Jay. We talked a lot about players and who was going to do what, who was going to produce. As you sit back right now and you think about this season and the lessons learned on this show, biggest misses for you this year, Jay. Who do you think your biggest fantasy football misses were on the season? I got a couple for me. Since I came up with it, and you're in like 5-bit, 16-bit.
I think for me it's Sam Darnold and the Seattle offense.
You look awful. Don't even talk right now. Let's clear you. I want the people to see your face as you admit to your wrongness. So I'll start out. Okay, when I'm thinking through the season, Jay, my biggest misses, number one, and it went off the rails real quick, JRich. It went off the rails faster than any player has gone off the rails ever in the history of the game. Xavier Worthy, JRich. That was probably, I was pumped up for that Worthy, JRich. The runway was clear. Rashee Rice was out of the way. Jay, all he needed to do was survive contact. He gets hit by Travis Kelce. He gets blown to smithereens, and then the season is a wrap. I don't even think he had a 100-yard game this year. He may not have scored but one touchdown all season, but it was a disaster of a season, not just for Xavier Worthy. I mean, Kansas City's picking 8th, 9th overall in the NFL draft right now, so it was actually a disaster of a season for Kansas City in general. But Xavier Worthy, Jay, one of my probably the biggest miss that I had here in 2025. Worthy, I'll just continue the train because old GQ was riding high for about 5 weeks. I was on here tooting my horn and letting y'all know, damn it, suck it. Trust it. JRich, he was top 5 receiver in the NFL. Rome Odunze, my God. Listen, have you seen the Bears receivers, the graphic of the Bears pass catchers? Have you seen
Yeah, they all have like the same stats.
They all have the same stats. Rome Odunze, 600 yards. Colston Loveland, 600 yards. DJ Moore, 600 yards. Luther Burden, 600 yards. It's sixes across the board in Chicago. Across the board. Rome Odunze, Xavier Worthy, those were whiffs, JRich. I don't feel like they were really like my fault. I think the situation kind of got me a little bit. I mean, who could have predicted Worthy getting hurt the first play of the game? Who could have predicted Rome starting out on fire and then absolutely shitting the bed after the Bears went on by? I didn't see it coming, JRich. I don't think many people saw it coming. I think those were two of my bigger misses this year. You're cleared up. You said Sam Darnold. Talk about it.
Yeah, I think for me, it's not believing in Sam Darnold and that Kubiak offense, because I was out. I was like, I want no part of it. I don't believe in Darnold. I don't believe he can support JSN. I don't believe in Kubiak. I was just all out, and I was completely wrong, because JSN's basically wide receiver one. He's been phenomenal all year long.
A lot of people were wrong about JSN.
Great. Yeah, and Darnold's been great this year, for fantasy especially. So that, for me, is one of the bigger ones for sure. I'm trying to think of who else. I mean, I was kind of already out on Stroud.
Stroud was good.
Remember we did our little hot take show, and I said I wasn't in on Burrow, but he ended up getting hurt, of course. I'm trying to think of who else.
The people are letting us know. Z, we are not going to the Senior Bowl this year.
Baker was funny.
Yeah, we're just to answer. We're not going to the Senior Bowl this year. No, we got some other stuff that we're doing. So no Senior Bowl this year. Enjoy it though, my G. Enjoy it. I see you. No Bama,
Baker
Indiana talk. I'll get to that in a minute. But I wanted to hit this. You said Baker. Yeah, Baker was ass. Like, I don't know, but everybody thought Baker was going to be good. Man. Everybody thought Baker was going to be good.
Well, and he started hot, right? He started really hot. He's winning football games. He's late.
Yeah.
Oh, Brandon's saying Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones? Jay, this is your biggest
I was doubting Ben Johnson.
You did not like Ben Johnson. You were very anti Ben Johnson. You didn't like how much he was talking.
I didn't really like the way he was talking. But yeah, I wasn't all the way sold on him, but I think I reverted course pretty quickly on Ben Johnson.
I mean, Mark, it was. I'm admitting that it was a miss, but how's it my fault that goddamn hurt the first game? See, this is the shit I'm talking about. Find an analyst who said, nope, he's going to get hurt the first play of the season. Nope, Roma Odunze is going to break his foot. Like, when I'm thinking a flat out miss, it's like you bet on this play. You know who's just a flat out miss in that there were no other environmental circumstance and changes. The player just was buns from start to finish. Caleb Johnson. Buns from start to finish. That was nobody's fault but him, right? He just didn't play well. We'll see what happens in year 2, but that was just a flat-out swing and a miss. The Odunze and the Odunze play, you know what that was, JRich? I'm going to give you a baseball analogy. He's up at the plate, smashes it, JRich. It looks like it's leaving the park. I mean, as good a contact as it could be. What baseball park has got a deep outfield, right? If it's any other field, if he's playing in Colorado, it's a home run. If he's playing in Colorado, it's a home run. If he's playing but he's in this stadium and the ball just didn't quite make it. Roma Odunze hit the ball. It was traveling, Jay. It looked like we had a damn grand slam on deck, and then the foot broke, and it was awful. Caleb Johnson was, that one was nasty. Caleb Johnson was just flat out bad.
Caleb Johnson was bad.
Scribble said he faded the Colts. That was wrong. I think a lot of people were kind of. I think a lot of people.
We just bet on the Capitol. We bet on the Capitol.
Yeah, you bet on the Capitol. The first receiver they drafted since Javon Walker in the year 1950. So they've got to get him the ball.
Rashee Rice was kind of a flop. Like, we touted that Rashee Rice, saying, oh, once he gets back, he's going to be great. And he was kind of good, and then he was awful after that.
Well, I think Rice did what he needed. It was a weird year for Rashee Rice. He came in, he was good in those couple of weeks, and then once Mahomes and the Chiefs were just bad. Who would have predicted? If I would have told you coming in the year Kansas City would be picking top 10 in the NFL draft, Jay, would you have believed it?
Hell no.
You wouldn't have believed it, right?
No way.
Like, you wouldn't have believed it. So I'm not going to knock that one that much. I'm looking through the list right here. Old D-Bro had that J.J. McCarthy over Patrick Mahomes. I remember that take. That was old D-Bro. You know who was a miss, JRich? T-Law. Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah,
Trevor Lawrence. We bagged on Trevor Lawrence quite a bit this year. And
he was very good.
And he was
especially
very
in
good.
The second half.
He was very good with Liam Cohen.
We believed in Cohen, though. We
liked Liam Cohen. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if we had a big tout that was like just dead ass wrong outside of that. Some people are saying BTJ. I think everybody
BTJ was tough to stomach, man.
I think everybody was just coping with that one. You're like, it can't be.
We wanted to believe,
because of how good he was his rookie year.
Yeah.
It can't be this bad, and it absolutely was that bad for Brian Thomas this year. You know, Parker Washington leads them in receiving this year. 760 yards for Parker Washington. But we did have some good calls this year as well, JRich. We did have some good calls. being overweight on George Pickens feels really good. That felt incredible to have.
And that was from the moment he got traded.
Yeah.
You were all in.
That was that was the moment that trade happened. I said, this is a trade that people are going to want to have a part of for sure. George Pickens feels great. The whole Dallas offense feels good. Javonte Williams, 1,200 yards, 11 touchdowns. That one felt good. Thinking through some other calls. You were in on May coming into the season. You were very optimistic. Yeah. Maybe that was some homerism there, but you were very optimistic with what Drake May can do. Devontae Adams was another guy that you and I were like, you said from the beginning, you were like, hey, Adams, would it shock you, Ray, if Adams led the league? You said if Puka leads the league in receiving and Adams leads the league in touchdowns, would that shock you?
He would have. And he 100% would have.
He would have. He 100% would have. Absolutely. Yeah. That was a really solid call as well.
Your Garrett Wilson fade was good too. He wasn't that good even when he was on the field.
He had a couple. That first game, he got fed. If he would have played, Jay, he probably would have been okay. But he wasn't gonna have. He wasn't gonna have a nuclear season with that offense, right? Not with that quarterback room. He was not going to have that type of season. So unfortunate, disappointing season for Jefferson and quite a few players
was
for fantasy football. But yeah, let me see what the chat's saying. Before we wrap it up.
Mountain West B-Rob.
Adam said, I missed hard on the Cowboys offense overall. Tell me why, Adam. If you got time, type in, why were you fading the Cowboys offense? Oh, yeah. Here's a good hit. RJ Harvey. Talking about a rookie. He's got 12 damn touchdowns. I saw Underdog actually named him as
for him.
They said that he was their fantasy football rookie MVP was RJ Harvey. So
really?
We were okay. I remember I was the first person in the fantasy industry to mock RJ Harvey round 1 of a rookie draft. And you know when I did it, Jay?
After the Senior Bowl, probably.
We were at the Senior Bowl. I was upstairs in the haunted house, and we did our mock, and I took RJ Harvey at like the 112, and people were like, you're crazy. No way he got picked. So RJ Harvey was a good one. That was a good call, and I think your Ashton Jeanty call was correct. Probably better than Brian Robinson. I think you can agree. I think you would say he's a better running back than Brian Robinson, but you were not in on him being an elite fantasy producer. You weren't.
It was because of the team, right? It wasn't because of the player. It was because of the team.
Yeah.
The writing was on the wall. The offensive line was going to be bad. I didn't believe in Geno. Didn't believe in Pete. Like, I just knew this team wasn't going to be very good, and they weren't, right? And Jeanty struggled because of it.
Yeah, Jeanty did struggle. Puka. People said, what about Puka? You guys were nervous about Stafford. Yeah, I wouldn't say it was about Puka, but we were absolutely nervous about the back of Matthew Stafford when they're saying the dude can't walk, not practicing. He's getting all kind of epidurals in his back. I mean, we were. But the moment that he got on the field, what did we say week 1? Oh, shit, that back looks just good to me. That whatever he got shot in his back, give it to me. Woody Marks, that was another good call. Woody Marks was another good call. Yeah, I mean, we're going to have some misses, right? And I think the misses are always heightened because people like for other people to be wrong, right? You want to point the finger, laugh, whatever. But the hits were undeniable, and some of the hits that we talked about, these weren't like Jamar Chase, right? I'm not telling you to go draft Puka Nacua. It's Woody Marks. It's the RJ Harveys. It's taking a bet on a player like Pickens who people didn't like coming in. Travis Etienne. Patrick said he thought Bigsby over Etienne. My underdog portfolio tell you we were heavy overweight on Travis Etienne.
I was always on Etienne.
Yeah, on Etienne. Always on Etienne. You have to make on most rookie running backs. Harvey's a hit. We'll see what happens in year 2 with some of those guys. Oh, JRich, your Kyle Pitts. You didn't really talk about him this year, but Pitts did come through. You didn't dog him out this year, but Pitts did come through. Wasn't that easy to tell Jeanty was going to stink? That O-line was awful. Quickie ST34, you could say it wasn't easy all you want. JRich said it from day one. I don't know how. Maybe it was just a great guess.
We said Hampton. We said Henderson. Maybe it was Harvey, a great guess. Even at times, yeah.
From day one, JRich said, I don't think Jeanty's going to be that good. And he didn't know anything about the damn offensive line at that point. So I think Jeanty's going to be fine long term. But yeah, fun season.
A lot of work to do.
A lot of work to do. Somebody asked in the chat, we didn't talk about Indiana and Alabama, JRich, for the college football playoffs. So let's do it real quick. Can we do that for the people before we get out of here? end in the stream with some college football playoff talk, in the year with some college football playoff talk. Alabama, Indiana, Ty Simpson versus Fernando Mendoza. This is the middle game on tomorrow, New Year's Day. Indiana, 71% playoff matchup predictor. I actually picked Alabama to upset Indiana in this one. Indiana's favored by 6.5. I picked Alabama to upset the Hoosiers. Man, it's crazy, Jay, because these matchups could very well have, in a perfect world, like 3 of the top 10 picks in the NFL draft between Mendoza, between Moore. If Ty Simpson wins this game, moves on, wins again, I think he's back on the radar, because right now I'm just telling you the vibes in the draft community is he's not a first-round pick. This is a player that's coming back to school. They can't run the ball. They cannot run the ball. Indiana's got Mendoza. They're much better. They're better at running the football. I think this is a lot closer matchup. I think this is a tough matchup for Indiana. If Kalen DeBoer can get this Bama team to play, I think this is a tough matchup for Indiana. Indiana's a good team. They're a very good team. Defensively, they're good. They did lose one of their key defensive players at the end of the Big Ten championship game. They've had a lot of time off, a lot of time to prepare. But I did pick Alabama to upset Indiana in this one. This is a big stage for this Hoosiers program. Never been on this stage, right? So, and they're not playing at home. It's a road game for both teams. I don't care who's listed as the home opponent.
California, too.
I think this is going to be a good game. A lot of draft implications. You've got a lot of draft prospects in this game. Mendoza, Omar Cooper is a receiver that I really like. You got Jeremy Bernard. Ryan Williams hasn't really come through, but they got some other young players on Alabama getting it done. And defensively, they've always got pieces on that side of the ball. This is going to be a good game. This is going to be a good game. I did pick Alabama to upset. Who do you think wins it, Jay?
Oh, I think Indiana's going to win. I think Curt Cignetti, what he's done is like a modern-day college football Cinderella story. Turning around IU in basically a year and a half, 2 years, taking them to the playoffs last year, losing to Notre Dame now. They're the favorite potentially to win the whole thing. And, you know, people still don't respect them, but I'm curious to see how they play and how they show up. If they beat Bama by like a wide margin and Mendoza looks great once again, then at that point you're going to say, like, this team's just really good. And we'll see what he does post-Mendoza once he doesn't have all of his players from before. But this year seems like it could be their year to go all the way.
They got a good team. I see people in the chat saying, you know, people still don't believe IU is good yet. Indiana's defense is no joke. They got a good team. I think this is going to be a good game. And then Jason said, hard for Simpson to come back with Keelan Russell sitting there. I get it. Indiana's defense can suffocate Bama's mid-passing attack. That's from DP. That's why it's a big game for Simpson. Everybody keeps saying it's hard for him to come back. If he stinks it up, I don't know, man. I don't know. When pressure, it's almost kind of like watching, when pressure comes, that dude he's all over the place. Very erratic.
Yeah.
He takes a lot of sacks himself. We'll see how the O-line holds up against this defense, right? If they can touch up Simpson early, it could get ugly for him. But I've also seen Simpson battle back. I think it's going to be a good game. And as far as what happens after the fact, we'll see. We'll see. People didn't think Quinn would come back with Arch Manning waiting, right? And he did. Yep. And Arch didn't go anywhere. You know, we'll see. When Bama makes Mendoza look bad, it will be an interesting offseason.
So what do you think about that? Like, if Mendoza really has a bad game, do you think it could hurt his draft stock?
No, I think he's locked into one of the top 2 spots. I think his full body of work, size, all the tools are there. You know, like you can't. Yeah. And I think one of the things I like the most about Mendoza, it's his anticipation. Like, he's an anticipatory thrower. He's letting the ball go before the receiver breaks at the top of the route. I don't think he's great. Okay? Like, flat out. I'm not going to sit here and pump him up to say he's the best quarterback prospect I've ever seen, but I think he's good enough to come in and stabilize the franchise and get the ball out. I absolutely think he can do what some of the other signal callers in the NFL have done, barring the play caller, the infrastructure, the environment, and the weapons on that NFL team. If he struggles, yes, what it will do is we'll open up and invite questions throughout the process. there were questions around Cam Ward throughout the process, and you know where he went? Number 1 overall. This is not. If it were a class where there was a bona fide superstar edge rusher or a Joe Thomas at the tackle spot, if there was an Ndamukong Suh at defensive tackle, some blue chip caliber player, then I'd be like, maybe he's not number 1 overall, right? You can't pass on this guy, but that doesn't exist this year. And the team's picking early. I don't think the Raiders or the Jets will give a damn if he goes out there and struggles a little bit against Alabama. And maybe it makes the conversation between him and Moore, which that is a conversation. Some people think Moore is the QB1 in the class over Mendoza, but I still think ultimately this is going to be a top 5 pick. He's getting drafted early in the draft, whether that's 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. He will come off the board very quickly. All right, Jay. Let's get out of here, dude. Hit the music, man. Hit the music, JRich. That is it. DP said, hit me up today. We got content to work out. Yes, sir. I'm getting ordered by my dog, my scout, DP. We do got some stuff to work out. I got you, big dog. JRich, it's been a good year. I love you, my friend. Thank you for hanging in here with the people, despite the fact that you have no voice. You're struggling. We got to get you out of here. Go recover. And for everybody out there, check out the content on the channel, right? Dropped a brand new mock yesterday on the channel going through Fernando Mendoza and his fit to the Raiders. And one of the things that I do, JRich, I talk ball. I talk through it. I don't just make the pick. I'm not just drafting off of ADP. Let's talk through the environment. Let's talk through the situation. Pull up and check out the mock. And remember that moving forward in 2026, this channel that you're watching the show on right now, all college football, all NFL draft. That is what we're doing because this show, Wake Up with Ray and Jay, has a brand new home. Find us on YouTube. Link is in the description. Subscribe to the channel. When we come back on J5, we will not be on this channel. We will be on the Wake Up with Ray and Jay YouTube channel. You can find us at Wake Up GMGP. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, Ray, we do have a super chat. I don't know if you saw that.
I didn't.
We do have one super chat.
I didn't.
But I did want to wish everyone a happy new year. Thank you much for tuning in for the year. It was a great year once again. But thank you guys so much. But yeah, new channel, new year, new Wake Up. We'll see.
Yeah. Colin dropped us a super chat. Hit the music again, JRich. Much love. Said, thanks for all the information and entertainment this year. Those Woody Marks and Pickens took me to the promised lands in both of my leagues. Looking forward to rookie season. Have a safe and happy new year. Colin, thank you. Thank you for pulling up. Thank you for tapping in. I'm glad Woody and George helped you get it done. And more importantly, I'm glad you're a member of this community, as I am all of you in here. So for the final time, let me see who's in the building. Patty Mills, happy new year to you. Jason, Kev, Mr. London, Ben McDaniel, rolling with Johnny, Jason, DP. I'll talk to you later. Patrick Coleworld, TDE. Who else? Kevin is in the building. Brandon's in the building. Adam, Quick EST. Yes, hit the like button. Kev, what's going on with you? New channel. Yeah. Wake Up with Ray and Jay. GMGP. Find us on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. And we will see y'all in the year 2026. Much love. Jay, get us out of here.
Peace.
Peace.
Yeah, thank you, everybody, and we'll see you guys later. We're out. Peace.
Peace. Oh, I was about to hit the intro. Let me go to the outro. I was about to hit the intro again, man. We out of here. Peace.